we're going to look at the Wren, which is a poem by Barbara Macaulay. He was small, not ready yet, frantic, under the hedge. I caught him, took him home. My father wasn't sure. Wild birds, he said. We've tried so many times. But he ate what we'd made for him, and in 3 days could fly around the living room. It's time, my father said. You have to let him go outside. He sat on my shoulder. I shook him off. He flew to a branch of the maple perch there. Silent, his little eyes. I was a child, I called him. Back he came, stood for a moment on my finger, then gone. I felt the spring of his legs all day. Okay? So looking at poetry, poetry's a little bit different than a passage, isn't it? Okay? So we have to make a different kind of connection. So do we really look for main ideas in different parts of poetry?
No.
What do you think we're maybe looking for in poetry?
Maybe like
What they're saying, okay? You're fixing to say the same thing. Okay, Zori?
the emotions,
Okay. Could be the emotions that we see.
the rhythm,
Okay, if there's a rhythm. Rhythm and rhyme, okay. Did we see a rhyme scheme? I didn't see one here, so this is kind of a freestyle poem. But I am going to go ahead and write up here that this is a poem. Alright. So let's go through and let's just talk about, let's see, we know that we're talking about, probably we're talking about the wren. What is a wren?
a bird,
A bird. So it's possible that this poem is about a
bird,
bird. Alright? So what about the bird?
he didn't know how to fly at first.
Okay? Well, because what was he? He was small. He was frantic. What does that mean?
Fragile.
Frantic does not necessarily mean fragile. I see how you see the frantic and think fragile. So frantic means maybe scared or even nervous a little bit, okay? So he was not acting calm, okay? So frantic means not calm, okay? He was under the hedge. What is a hedge?
A bush.
A hedge is a bush,
Bush.
okay? I caught him, took him home. My father wasn't sure. Wild birds, he said. We've tried so many times. So when he's saying this, I caught him, took him home. My father wasn't sure. Wild birds, he said. We've tried so many times. What can we infer from that right there?
His father wasn't so sure about her having a pet bird.
Okay, father wasn't sure about not necessarily a pet bird.
A wild bird.
What are they trying to do? Huh?
Let it fly. Eat it.
They're trying to, it's a small bird and he's frantic and she doesn't know, or he doesn't know maybe, where mama is. And so, he's saying, I don't know. He may or may not be okay. He may or may not be able to survive. Alright, so when he says that we've tried so many times, we can infer that this has happened before. The author or the narrator has brought birds home before. And we can infer that because it says we've tried so many times. Wild birds, he said, we've tried so many times. But he ate what we made for him. So what does that tell me? but he ate what we made for him.
That you
So the narrator, how does the narrator feel? Does the narrator feel like he's going to be okay and they could, like, he would survive? Yeah, the narrator feels he's going to survive. All right. Let's see. But he ate what we made for him. And in 3 days, he could fly around the living room. Okay? So these two parts right here, these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, these 5 lines, tell me what? That the bird is healthy.
Healthy bird. Maybe the other ones that they had didn't eat and they just died?
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right, it's time, my father said. You have to let him go outside. So, father is saying basically what?
You have to leave him.